Totally nice.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to Let's Grow Pulling Monday, June 10th. We are live with Randy Dunklow, Brett Wilkins, the promoters of the Arlington Youth Sports Pool. This Saturday, June 15th in Arlington, Nebraska, Mike Idle, one of the announcers from the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling, a co-host of Let's Grow Pulling as well. My name is Jason Schultz. We're in studio with Kenzie Teeding here, and we're happy to be here. It's a beautiful Monday night, June 10th. We're ready to get – truck and tractor pulling season is officially here, Randy and Brett. How's everything going out there in Arlington, guys?
Well, it's dry right now, so we're still fighting to get some beans in the ground and hay up, but otherwise.
Yep, we've had a pretty wet spring around here, so up until this last week or so, it's finally gotten dry. So,
dodged some tornadoes and everything else. We had some damage, but it wasn't as bad as it was in Elkhorn and Omaha area.
Yeah, you guys had a crazy spring with weather. I've been hearts and thoughts and prayers with everybody all over. It's just been crazy. I think we were in a drought, and I don't think we're in a drought anymore, Randy.
No, I don't think so either. I'm not going to complain about the rain, though, because I know it shuts off.
Good deal. Let's talk about the Arlington Youth Sports Pool. Mike, you jump in whenever you want. I'm going to put the poster up on the screen for just a second. Let's just do the rundown, Brett, first, and then we'll start jumping into some of the more specifics. Again, let us know where you're watching from tonight. Let us know if you're going to Arlington. We're live on the Outlaw page as well right now. We're live on the Arlington Youth Sports Pool Facebook page as well. Where is their poster? I got to find it right there. So here we go. So Brett or Randy, kind of take us through your event, and then we'll just get into more specifics. And if anybody have questions, they can type it in the comments.
This will be our 20th year for this pool. Our classes that we're having this year is going to be the light limited mods, pro 4x4s, light super stock ag, light limited pro, super farm, and the limited pro regional hook.
Yeah, the regional hooks is something that the Outlaws are doing this year to kind of help people choose. Big thing that they've ran into in the past, I think, is just the sheer size and number of hooks. So they did develop a regional system this year to let people stick a little bit closer to home. Tell us about that. And, if you're excited to have that regional hook and give us any inside information on what the pullers are saying and whether or not they're going to like that regional hook and that system.
No, we've got quite a few 4-1s right around this area. And I think they'll be around here. I've heard of some other guys from Missouri that were coming up, but like I said, the traveling costs and everything, what it's costing anymore, we got to kind of do something for everybody. So,
yeah, that I think that's going to help a lot of the drivers out this year. Like you said, the travel costs are what they are, and just the number of hooks. I mean, that limited pro stock class, as it sits on the national level, 26 hooks. I mean, that's asking a lot of pullers. So if you can cut that to a regional schedule, that's going to allow fans to see a lot of good iron, local iron, stuff that maybe wouldn't want to travel these crazy miles and can still go out there and chase something. So here's what I see when I look down at this lineup, and you guys kind of tell me if you're, licking your chops, seeing the same thing. Each of these classes, are classes that already hooked. So all 6 of these classes hooked in Ravenna this past weekend. And then in Norfolk, which is the day before, the light limited mods are going to hook, the light limited pro stocks are going to hook, the super farms are going to hook, and the limited pros are going to hook. So your pull is going to take on very quickly a mid-season feel. early in the season, a lot of times people kind of look at it as like, well, are they going to ease in? Is it going to be a test and tune? You're going to be deep into the points race, or well established into the points race in early June, which should make this pull, in my mind, kind of high stakes. What's the atmosphere like out there when the pullers are pulling? Are they treating it like, hey, this is mid-July or August, it's crunch time? Does it have that feel to it?
Yeah, everybody kind of wants to get a jump on the points. If you can get out there and get a points lead, it sure helps out, especially toward the end of the year. Anything can happen. So,
and that's going to be helpful to the fans too, because oftentimes first hook of the year, a lot of bugs are still getting worked out. Gremlins are hiding their heads in there that you don't know about. But for a lot of these guys, this is going to be their third hook on the season, so they're going to know their equipment pretty well by this point. Tell us about just the pull in general. How long have you guys been putting this on, and what are some highlighted services and things that you can offer your fans? Not just the amazing outlaw truck and tractor pulling, but what does Arlington look like, and kind of sell that for us for a second.
Well, we got this is our 20th year, and along the way we've picked up our local FFA chapter as well, and we help with some of the proceeds go towards helping them. We've also taken on a sanctioned kids pedal pull, which starts just prior to the outlaw tractor pull. So, which that registration for that starts at 5:00, and they start pulling at 6, and the regular pull starts at 6:30. So, our prices, they've stayed the same for a lot of number of years. It's $15 for adults, $5 for children 5 to 12, and anything under 5 is free. Basically, I mean, we've kept our prices pretty low for a long time, and a lot of people have jacked their prices, but I mean,
yeah,
we've been good with that.
$15 is easily your money's worth to see 6 essentially national level classes pulling out there at a pull that's established. And at what I've seen from watching outlawpulling.tv in the past, a pretty good track. It seems like this is a track that's going to allow them to kind of get out and stretch their feet, but it takes a lot of power at the same time.
Yeah, we've had a very good track down there, a lot of years. It's a good clay track. It's a power hungry track, and as the night goes on, it starts to bleed moisture out of it, and it sucks them down pretty hard. So I mean, and it usually turns out to be a good night almost every time. I mean, We've only had to cancel 2 pulls out of the last couple or 20 years or so. So one was COVID, and one we had 4 foot of water on the fairgrounds. So
it's funny the way you can almost start, the weather patterns of a summer start to develop trends at different tracks, and you can almost set your watch by it. Ravenna has kind of, developed its, you're going to get wet at Ravenna is what I've learned. But yeah, so only 2 cancellations in 20 years. It's an established pull. So that's great. And $15, that's, you're getting your money's worth right there for sure.
And once you get in the gate, I mean, the pedal pull's for free. So, I mean, if the kids want to do it, they get to go for free. So, which is a good thing.
Up to what age? How old do you? What's the cutoff before they can't pull anymore? I'm asking because Jason he likes to hop on those pedal tractors, and we've got to have an age restriction at some point.
It's more of a weight limit for me, Michael. So.
I hopped on my e-bike when I got home, and it scooted around the yard just fine. So I still am not sure why it wasn't performing for you, buddy.
So I weighed 271 this morning, and how much do you weigh, Michael?
We're at about 161. So
yeah, so that 100 pounds in the soft dirt. That's why your little e-bike didn't like me very much the other night.
So. Man.
No, they make adult pedal tractors. They stretch them out so you can really. They put air tires on them, and yeah. No, the ages are 4 to 12, and this is a sanctioned pull. So if they get the top 3 in each age group, then they get to go to the state fair and pedal at state fair pull. So
wow, that do they pedal right out on the track?
No, they do it on concrete.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
concrete sled.
Okay.
There's a big building behind us that the beer garden is, and everybody's kind of watching from. So the kids are pulling back there, so that everybody can still watch the pull while the kids are pulling. So
I wanted to ask about that. In all the videos I've seen, and Jason's got them playing up here. Yeah, is there like a seating area behind the track? You can almost sit behind it and watch them pull away from you. It looks like a really unique venue, like whether there's like you said, a building or a walkway. Kind of describe that, because I like any track that's got something unique to it that the fans can kind of get a different experience from. So can you watch from back there?
We kind of put up a few bleachers back there, but at the same time, we got to keep them in enough safe distance so that they don't get injured in case a tractor blows up or whatever. But at the same point, we have wire spools out there so people can stand and drink beer in the beer garden. There's a lot of room back there inside the building. The building is right behind where the sled starts, and we open up a bunch of garage doors right there, and they can stand inside the building. And inside that building is where the pedal pull is going on. But then down the sides, both sides of the track, we have bleachers as well. So
that's got to create for a super cool atmosphere. Is this a standalone show, or is this alongside a fair or some other event going on as well?
No, the fair. This is not the fairgrounds, but it's the fair puts on their own show. They usually have Nebraska bush pullers pulling on one track, and they've opened the arena up so big that they can run 2 sleds on it now. So, and then on the other side they run farm tractors. So,
okay. But for the Outlaw Hook later this week, 6:30 on Saturday, in Arlington, Nebraska, this is a standalone pull. This is not in conjunction with any sort of county fair or anything.
Nope.
To me, that brings out an entirely different style of crowd and an entirely different style of atmosphere, and it allows for big association pulling. Nothing against any other. If you have a great fair, I've seen great pulls at fairs before, but standalone pulls kind of send the message that we're here to go pulling, and you kind of get those people who sink their teeth into it. Is there a pretty big buzz around town? Do people kind of know, like, hey, it's pull week, and they're getting fired up and excited about it?
Oh yeah, they know.
Yeah,
everybody knows.
Yeah, they know. Like I said, the proceeds go to our youth sports and the FFA chapter. And the youth sports, we take care of all of the boys and girls, everything from softball, baseball, volleyball, wrestling, boys and girls wrestling, football, soccer. We handle all the sports. It helps cover all that. And then our FFA chapter, which has really grown in the last 8 years, I think we started it.
Yeah.
So it.
We hadn't had FFA in Arlington for
ever.
I guess. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
So it's
really. So it's a big deal. This is an important thing to be able to be building that program back up and to be able to be a part and, contribute to that in one way or another. And I'm sure. Go ahead.
Our town's about 1,300.
Yeah.
And we've got an FFA group right now, I think just shy of 70 kids. So.
Oh, wow.
So, it's been growing leaps and bounds. So.
Absolutely. Well, that's excellent. Of course, well, I'm sure we'll see a lot of those kids out watching the tractor pull. 2 things that go hand in hand together are, the FFA program and truck and tractor pulling. So we'll see them out there as well. They take
really care of the concession stands for us. So they're taking care of the concession stands for us. So they're going to be working too. So.
The FFA, I know in our state or here at our school that I work at, and I don't know this really well, but they do something, I think it's called a CDE program or something like that, where students will go out and show a business or something that they're doing. And I saw on one of our other Outlaws Facebook pages, as a matter of fact, he'll probably be pulling this weekend since we have pro stock trucks. I think Roper Brown down from Seneca, Missouri, is actually using his pro stock modified 4-wheel drive truck as his CDE project. So he'd be a fun one to go and talk to about where that FFA and truck and tractor pulling cross over. So some of these classes, we're probably going to be big turnouts. You've got big number classes. What do you typically see for total hooks at the Arlington truck and tractor pull?
I think last year we had 75.
76 hooks. Yeah. We run around that 70 to 80 hook range.
For 6 classes, 5 to 6 classes, 70, that's bread and butter. That comes out to about 10, 12, 15 per class. I mean, fans, that's a perfect show. Is it a single track or a double track?
It's a single, but it's wide enough you could run 2, but it'd be tight.
Yeah.
But it's the runaway is only big enough for 1. So in case the chain breaks or whatever, we've got a fenced in area, so we have to open up a gate that we put in years ago. So, but we got music afterwards too. So hopefully we get a good enough crowd. I mean, the pull usually lasts for about 4 hours, and then hoping to keep the crowd there and eat and drink some more and enjoy the music afterwards. We got some local talent. Corny Boys are playing for us. So
Ron helped him out last year. He sang a little bit. So.
Oh, that's excellent. So 4 hours. People don't realize 75 hooks in 4 hours. Pace of pull is something that's really come a long ways recently. And that's a pretty efficient show, something that the Outlaws, I think, does an excellent job. We were working in Ravenna, and that first couple of classes, I mean, my head was on a swivel. They had those moving in and out of there so quickly. So fans, that's huge. You're not going to be sitting back here. You might hear the word, single track. No, a single track show when done right can be absolutely awesome. 4 hours, 75 hooks, great classes. Let's hit those classes again, because I know that's something that fans get really jacked up about. So according to my schedule over here, we've got the light modifieds, light limited modifieds, the pro stock 4-wheel drive trucks, the light super stock ag, the light limited pros, the super farms, and the regional level limited pro stock. 6 excellent classes. So you're going to see smoke. You're going to see a little bit of alcohol from some of those guys in the light super class. You're going to see trucks, and you're going to see that really wide variety light limited modified class. That's got to be a big one in your area, because a lot of those guys are in that Norfolk, Arlington, Wayne, kind of eastern Nebraska. There's a lot of those guys up there, aren't there?
Cool for them guys too. I mean, they got the Myers up there at Hooper, and they're just a few miles away. So I mean, there's some close.
They run all those turbines and stuff. So
also, Lane Paulson will be running his 4-1 down here, I'm sure. So he's another. He won out at Ravenna last weekend. So.
He came off a big weekend both are rookies of the year. So we had co-rookies of the year last year with Wes Sievers and Lane Paulson. Both of them started off the season by winning. They both won at Ravenna, and there's not a doubt in my mind that Lane Paulson and Wes Sievers will both be pulling in Arlington as well. So that's going to be a fun story to watch. I'm glad you guys brought that up to see if they're going to keep that hot streak and that success alive. 2 excellent drivers that, I mean, Lane's going to be thick in a points championship, and so is Wes this year. They're going to be knocking at the door for that, I think. So tell us about any sponsors. Tell us about that band that's playing. Tell us what else you can experience while you're at the awesome tractor pull in Arlington.
Well, some of our major sponsors, there's so many of them. Our town and local towns have really helped us out. We couldn't do it without them, but Frontier is our major sponsor. We've got Platte Valley Equipment over in Fremont. They're Clarkson, Humphrey, and Wahoo.
They're a John Deere dealer.
Channel Seed for Tim Sass. BTT&R over in Fremont, a truck repair place that's really been great. And our local bank, RVR, is our 5 major. But we've got Kimke Seeds, Eagle Auto. I mean, if I start naming them, I know I'll forget a few of them. But
right, I almost hate asking that. On one hand, I love to ask that because everyone's got shout outs and thank yous they need to give. So I try to work that in every interview. But it's also, we know that it takes a village, and you're bound to accidentally forget someone. So you're almost setting someone up for failure when you have to ask them who all they need to thank. But no, it takes a village. So there's concession stands. There's hot food. Yes. The FFA kids are serving hot food. There's cold beer. You're going to be able to stand right back there on the tables. That'd be a neat way to take in a pull. There's at least 4 hours of excellent top iron pulling, and then there's a band afterwards. Guys, I'm not seeing and this is all for $15. You get in for $15. So fans out there listening, I'm not seeing the hang up. I'm not seeing I'm not going to go because and bring your kiddos out early and let them hop on a tractor and go pedal tractor pulling. So this is good old fashioned Saturday night fun. I mean, this is what Midwesterners dream about,
Jason's also missing a good pork sandwich. I mean, we got a big pork sandwich, and Jason's going to miss that. So.
We're pretty known for our pork sandwiches.
Pork sandwiches are good. I'm a big boy. I like some pork sandwiches. I'm not gonna lie, guys. So,
is this okay? So we need to ask that question. So everybody's kind of got, every place has like the thing they're known for. Jason? Where's the one? I haven't done it yet with the glove. Who's got the tenderloin in a glove or whatever that is? Like
somewhere in Iowa, Britt or Sac City, Lamar's somewhere. One of
Lamar's.
Yep.
Yeah.
So are you guys throwing down right now and saying we are known for the pork sandwich? Are you taking the pork to Pepsi challenge? We'll call it here. So
that's been our staple for years.
They serve a fat, big piece of pork sandwich. You're going to get a big piece of meat. So.
Solid half pounder, if not more. Pork on a bun.
Oh man, that's.
Or you can do pulled pork nachos, which is amazing too. So
I had those
it's like a heart attack on a plate.
Yeah, that's it is what it is.
Or you could run a live stream. That'll give you a heart attack as well, too. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, let's wrap this up. Mike, take us down, and then we got to move on to our next one.
Yeah.
Randy, Brett, thanks for coming on. Mike, give us your 30-second commercial here. Why we need to go to Arlington, Nebraska this Saturday night.
For $15 in Arlington, Nebraska, you can get in here and watch 6 of the top national and regional level classes for the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. It's looking to be a 4-hour show, 75 hooks with delicious pork sandwiches, live music afterwards, and cold beer right at the launch zone of the track. There's no reason not to go. Showtime's at 6:30. Find your way to Arlington, Nebraska, folks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Brett. Thanks, Randy.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming on, guys. We appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, friends. So now, thanks for joining us tonight. Let us know where you're watching from. It's Monday, June 10th. Let's go pulling. We promote truck and tractor pulling. We're going to head east now to Shipshewana, Indiana. Now, in the past, when we talked about Shipshewana, you would think.
We lost audio, buddy.
Yep.
Oh, there you're back.
I accidentally hit the wrong button there. Sorry about that. But you think the Midwest Winter Nationals. Well, they're doing the Shipshewana Summer Nationals. Shane Maston of Thumbkin Pumpkin Super Farm, one of the top super farms in the country, and Travis will be. They're supposed to be joining us here in a little bit. I see Shane's in the back room. I'll bring them up in a little bit, and we'll get rock and rolling. So I want to play the Arlington, Nebraska, one more time, and then we'll play our Shipshewana spot. And then we'll bring on Shane, and maybe Shane's with Travis. We'll find out here in just a second. So Arlington, Nebraska, this Saturday, everybody.